Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. This is Altcoin Era and this is your boy Ahmed, and today we're gonna look into the cryptoverse. So without further ado, let's begin. Bitcoin's potential rebound may face resistance at $65,000 on-chain analyst shows. Short-term holder wallets sitting on a loss may liquidate holders near $65,000, capping a renewed upswing in Bitcoin's price. Short-term holder wallets are in the red and may liquidate near their break-even level at $65,000. Long-term holder wallets with average cost of less than $20,000 are incentivized to hold or boost their coin stash. The leading cryptocurrency market value traded nearly 1% higher at currently $63,200 as of writing, looking to regain some poise after ending June with a 7% loss. June's drop, which reversed May's upswing, mainly occurred due to miners selling and concerns that the ETF inflow represent non-directional arbitrage bets instead of outright bullish bets. As you can see here, this is the network true hash rate drawdown. So this is when the miners are selling. So they were selling at the bottom in 2023. They were panicking and they sold at this range. And again, they're selling currently at now the same levels that we've seen. Clearly, as you can see on the graph, these are massive red drawdowns. And after we see a drawdown such as this, we normally see an uptick in BTC. Notably, the decline has pushed prices well below the widely tracked aggregate cost basis of short-term Bitcoin holders or wallets storing cost for 155 days or less. As of writing, the average cost basis for short-term holders was $65,000, according to the data source Look Into Bitcoin. This is the short-term hodler realized price, and as you can see on the graph, let me just zoom in, short-term holders are making a loss at the moment. As you can see here, some of the short-term holders bought at 71,185 and it's gone below this yellow line. Some of them have made a loss and they've decided to sell. In the short term, we should expect a resistance around 65,000 level as short-term market speculators may look to exit their positions at a break-even level. Most importantly, note what it says here. It says, last summer when BTC lost the STHRP realized price support level, price traded sideways for another 2 months before finally breaking out. This is the BTC chart, and we're going to head over and look at the monthly. Nope, we're going to look at the quarterly numbers, and we're going to look at where BTC is currently. So what do you notice here? This quarter we've made, or the previous quarter, we've just kissed the previous high, which was at a support of $926. These are the pros and cons. Now the pro is that we've closed on the quarterly above the all-time high convincingly, above support. So we've done that. That's very, very good news, and that's bullish. What I want to see in the future is a consolidation around here, and then we go up. The bad news is this, and if I go onto the daily and I show you this pattern, so the bears will say that we formed a M pattern, and an M pattern is normally very, very bearish, and that just means it's distribution. So we're in an area of distribution, and any minute now or any day now we're going to go down. Now if you scroll back and we look back in history, we had something very, very similar. We had also a distribution area here, and this distribution area lasted from here to there, it lasted around 101 days, and you could also speculate and say we've made an M pattern right here. So some of the bears will try to convince you and try to say that we've actually peaked and now we're heading much, much lower. There is a possibility that we could get to 52,000 and we could get to $42,969. There is a possibility. If we see a black swan event, or if we see a crash of the sort, then this is not unrealistic of BTC's nature. Let's check the Fear and Greed Index. It's not the best indicator, to be fair. We were at 30 just a week ago, a few days ago, I believe. And now we're at a neutral area, which is 53. We're currently at 53. These kind of indicators are not the best, to be fair, but it kind of gives you a indication of where the market's at. Here is a better illustration of the Fear and Greed Index. The lighter colors indicate that we are at a bullish stance in the market, and the darker colors indicate that we are in a bearish sentiment or a negative sentiment overall in BTC. So if I zoom in and find where we are currently on the Fear and Greed indicator, let me just zoom in and see where we are. We're currently neutral and we went all the way down to 47. The score was 47. If you're wondering where they sourced the information from, the number one is the current BTC price, the action price. Number two is the momentum and volume relative to the last 30 and 90 days. Number three is social media. Number four is dominance. And number five is Google Trends. This is the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis. And let's have a look at the M2 supply. So let's just zoom in and let's see currently what's happening with M2. As you can see, from October 2023, we've been just going up to the right. There was a period where we went sideways from December 2023 to February 2024, and now currently, as of May 2024, the liquidity, or the M2 supply, shall I say, has increased. Here is a better example indicating that M2 supply is gradually going up higher and higher. We have some very, very important events happening this week, and it will impact BTC and the larger crypto markets. The first one is the Fed Chair Powell's speech. Number two is the jobs JOLTS opening. It's very, very important. Everyone's going to be watching this data, and the price will impact. This information will impact BTC. Like it or not, it will. In the short term, it will. We have also the FOMC meetings. We've got non-farm payroll, unemployment rate, which is very, very pivotal in this whole landscape. If we get a higher unemployment rate, that is going to be catastrophic for the wider markets. And most importantly, Thursday, July 11th, 2024, put this on your calendar, we're going to get the inflation report. Core CPI, core year-on-year inflation rate in the US is going to come out. And as a result, we're going to find out if Powell is going to continue on this march of holding for longer, or he's going to cut interest rates. Regulation. Regulation is a big concern in crypto. The SEC is going to continue on their onslaught of trying to regulate this market. This is never going to be the end. They're going to continue trying to regulate this market. It's basically about old money versus new money. The old generation versus the newer, younger generation. Binance is once again on the news pages, and the article states as follows: the US judge lets most of the SEC case against Binance proceed, dismisses secondary sales charge. And that is very, very important, because they done the same to XRP. XRP was dismissed for a secondary sales charge. The Federal Reserve ruled the SEC had plausibly alleged Binance.US, and CZ violated federal security laws. Basically, a quick summary: the judge, Amy Jackson of the District County Court of Columbia, ruled that the SEC charges against Binance for the initial coin offering and ongoing sales for BNB Vault, staking services, failure to register, and fraud charges can proceed. She granted Binance and Zhao motions to dismiss the charges tied to secondary BNB sales. To me, this article is just stating the obvious. There's a lot of gray areas when it comes to staking, BNB vaults, and staking in general. The SEC alleges Lido and Rocket Pool staking programs are securities. They're just trying to go after so many different avenues and different ways to try to kneecap the industry. On the bright side, this is good news. We have the Supreme Court rules to overturn the Chevron doctrine, curbing federal agencies' power, created by the Supreme Court in the 1980s. The Chevron deference gave regulators leeway to interpret the law they are responsible for implementing. Keyword, interpret. Interpret the law. Now, this is not the case. The US Supreme Court has overturned a 40-year case that allowed federal regulators to enforce their own interpretations of ambiguous law. Without the so-called Chevron doctrine, the SEC could have a harder time pursuing an enforcement agency in the near vacuum of legal and regulatory clarity for the crypto industry. This is very, very, very good news. And finally, for some tremendous good news, we have the Solana ETF. It's about to come out. Van Eck and 21 Shares have put in their applications. So the ETF applications look like bets on Trump retaking the White House. So we have Van Eck and 21 Shares. They've made an application. It was doomed under the Biden administration. That's the truth. And now they're very, very optimistic because they're believing that Trump is going to win the elections. Oh, speaking of Trump, we have the Bolden coin. And to be fair, it's not looking good. It's not looking good at all. This is the Bolden coin on Solana, and it's not looking good at all. It's gone down a whopping from peak to peak. It's gone down 95%. 95%. So it looks like Trump is going to win the election. So I don't know what to say. It was a very, very left curve. Now, I haven't given up. It looks bad. It looks terrible. It looks terrible. It looks terrible. But there is a small glimmer that Biden might win. I doubt it. I doubt it myself, honestly. I don't think he's going to win, but just because of the risk to reward, it looks more advantageous to me to buy a coin when it's completely written off. The article continues and says they appear to be dead on arrival under Joe Biden, but a key deadline in the approval process will be next year when Donald Trump, if he retakes the presidency, will be in office. Given Trump's recent embrace of crypto, that increases the odds Solana ETF will get approved. The asset manager Van Eck wasted no time expanding its crypto exchange traded fund journey, this week becoming the first ever firm to apply to create one tied to Solana. Another firm, 21 Shares, put in a request a day later. Grayscale holds the largest ETF in Solana, and currently the price is at $408. If we scroll down and look at the chart, the all-time high was at a whopping $540, $70. So let's talk about unlocks. There are pros and cons about unlocks. We have massive unlocks happening in July. It does cause more supply in the coin and increases inflation. So if you look at a barometer between demand and supply, if you have more supply and the same demand, well, the price is going to go down. If you have less supply and more demand, well, the price is going to go up. This is basic economics. We have the big three of this month, and the big three are Alt, XIA, and Aptos. We also have additional unlocks, and guess what coin came up again? Arbitrum. Let's have a look at Arbitrum. I don't want to pick on Arbitrum, but since they're doing another unlock, let's have a look. Arbitrum, out of the large caps, has one of the poorest charts, to be fair, because we sweeped the all-time high, and now we're almost about to sweep the all-time low. For a large cap, this is very, very volatile, and I'm very surprised in the nature of this beast. At the moment, we're at 79 cents. It was previously at a whopping $2.46. And we've gone down from here to here. We've gone down 69%. And some of the main reasons why this coin has dumped, there are a few reasons. There's multiple factors why coin dumps. One of them is sentiment. The other one that I just want to specify on, or just kind of zone in on, is the unlocks. They have massive unlocks, and cause the increase in the supply of a coin and relatively the demand is stagnating, it's just staying the same or going down for this coin. Therefore, we have situations like this where the coin just dumps 69%. While we're here on the charts, let's have a look at the best performing sectors in this month and the worst performing sectors in this month. Number one, we have Brent, and Brent is performed very well in the last 30 days. Let me head over to the monthly chart, and this month we've gone up. So on the month of June, we have gone up from wick to wick. We've gone up 162%. Now let's look at the candle from here to here, from close to close. We went up 75%. The next best performing coin of this month is Casper. There's one guy on my chat, he absolutely loves Casper, so big him up. He loves Casper, and to be fair, Casper's doing really well. I have to give him credit because this coin has gone up 14,000%. In the month of June, we've gone up 43% from wick to wick. From open to close of that month, we've gone up 38%. TON is currently at $7.73. And last month, from wick to wick, we went up 32%. From open to close, we went roughly 20%. For a large cap in the top 10, it's gone up amazingly. TON has been a dark horse, and it's in the top 10 right now. I think we've peaked. For my personal opinion, I think TON has peaked. The best performers in this month in large cap was ENS. ENS is a beta play to Ethereum. Remember that. It's a beta play to Ethereum. And last month, from open to close, we went up 18%. From wick to wick, we also went up. Another coin that had a massive month was Not a Coin, and it's gone up from wick to wick. It went up 153%. Massive sell pressure, to be fair. It's gone all the way back down 49%. But from open to close, from open to close of that month, we had a percentage increase of 22%. And last but not least, we have Tron. Tron has always been a dark horse, to be fair. It's always been a dark horse. And if you're definitely looking at their DeFi, they have a massive stablecoin base. Tron is actually building a real use case. Stablecoin transfer volume on Tron is one of the most consistent long-term uptrends in crypto. Looking at this chart, you would not know that there have been multiple bear cycles, and it's just moving to the right, like literally just moving to the right. And this is just stablecoin activity since 2019 till now. They're moving volumes of $100 billion US. 100 billion. Countries from developed nations are not using Tron. The people and the individuals in emerging economies and developing nations are all using Tron. We might not hear about it. We might not hear about it here in developed countries, but best believe they're using it on a day-to-day basis, moving stable coins constantly. Solana's not doing that. ADA's not doing that. Ethereum's not doing that. So here is the list of all the unlocks happening this month. We've got Immutable, WorldCoin, StarkNet, Optimism, Yoga Labs, Axie Infinity, Space ID Protocol, Yield Guide, Athena Labs, Manta Network, Prime, Render, and lastly, Singularity. Me personally, I'm going to short some of these coins, and I'm going to let the private members know which coins I'm going to short. Crypto watch list for the week ahead. We have the FOMC meeting on July the 3rd. And of course, BTC is going to be impacted by the FOMC meeting on the 3rd. So literally on Wednesday, we're going to have a big meeting and we're going to see some massive price action. Number 2, we have some airdrops happening and it's going to be claimable on July the 8th. Over 150 million of this token will be unlocked. Number 3, we have SK Sync will make a big announcement regarding its Elastic chain next week. Number 4, we have Natix. Natix Network is launching its token on July the 2nd. It's the first AI-powered dynamic map powered by DPIN. So that's exciting news. Wait for the launch. And finally, we have Parcel. It's an RWA protocol on Solana. It's going to present its upcoming staking program next week. Now, imagine you're new to crypto and you just saw my video and you're like, you know what, altcoin era, where can I put my money? I just literally found out about crypto and I want to know which categories are the best performing categories. The main theme in 2021 bull cycle was DeFi, altcoin layer ones, NFTs, meme coins, metaverse. This current cycle, ladies and gentlemen, is all about meme coins, AI, Solana and its ecosystem, BTC and its ecosystem, and RWAs. This is the main narrative, the main themes in this current cycle. So let's look at Tezos. Tezos was a brilliant coin during the 2021 cycle. It went up massively. It started off at 41. The bottom was at 35 cents and the absolute top was around $8. This cycle, it really hasn't done much. Let's look at IOTA. IOTA was a layer 1 during the 21 cycle and it done pretty well, not as good as 2027. But remember, there is diminishing gains with these coins. The longer the cycle goes on, the more diminishing the gains. Such as look at BTC, look at Ethereum, look at Solana, it's diminishing gains. Let's look at another L2, which is Clay. And the price in 2021, it was really good, made some huge gains. The price was at 6 cents and it went all the way up to like around $4 or $5. Okay, now we went all the way down and this cycle literally did nothing. Now, finally, let's look at Algorand. Algorand was a L1 protocol during that cycle, 2021. It went from a low of 13 cents and it went all the way up to around, let me zoom in for you and get a clearer picture. So it went up to $2.17 around that mark. And then we have EONS. Now EONS was a big layer 2 protocol and it was competing with Ethereum. And now everything has gone down and look at the price. It hasn't done nothing basically. It hasn't done nothing. Now let's compare that to the BTC cycle. Here is a better illustration and I've put this chart here for you to see. You have BTC here on this chart and it's gone up from the bottom till the top, wick to wick, 387%, while the rest of the coins have gone down. So this is an indicator that L1s at the moment are not hot. They're not trending. And the ones you get into is AI and BTC ecosystems, such as Mint Layer. These are the new narratives that will do really well. This is the price action of Mint Layer. Although right now we're having a massive decline, but the point I'm trying to say is that these newer coins, and especially BTC ecosystem, is trending at the moment. And this is going to continue and compound. BTC price action. Currently at $63,419 and we're slightly up 1.19. What did I tell you, ladies and gentlemen? I did tell you about open interest. Those calls and puts on Deribit have expired. Therefore, the BTC price goes up. If you're trying to gain some alpha and you want to get some help in the crypto markets, join my private members. It's in the link below. You won't regret it. the next point of control is going to be at 67. We all know short-term hodlers, they're going to try to sell at 65k. This is where they're going to likely try to sell because they're down at the moment, and they're down considerably for them anyway. They're down slightly, maybe 12-15%. To us is not major, but some short-term holders that are putting a lot of size, not just a few thousands, I'm talking about size, millions, and they're trying to exit at 65. So let's see what happens at 65. If we can pass 65, our next point of control is at 67,000 US dollars. Ethereum price targets currently at $3,473.23. We're up 1.08%. Very, very good news is going to come out is going to be the ETF. Now, it's still not priced in, ladies and gentlemen. It's still not priced in. The market is bearish on Ethereum. It's really, really bearish. And you can also see the on-chain analytics. At the moment, the Ethereum gas fees are the lowest we've ever seen in history. Not in history, but in a long, long time. Therefore, we should see a change in the direction in Ethereum. Therefore, the sentiment will change, ladies and gentlemen. I just believe that big players just want to get cheaper Ethereum. That's all. That's why the sentiment is so bearish with Ethereum. They just want to accumulate as much as they can. The big players just want to continue to buy cheap Ethereum. That's what they just want to do. They want to scare the markets and make them believe that we're going to head lower. I think this is definitely not priced in. ADA price targets currently at 40 cents, and we're up a big amount for ADA. That is, we're up 3.21%. ADA's made a nice recovery, so we're going to see what happens next. I haven't looked at the BTC and ADA pair, so let's have a look at that and see what's going on. So we should see a bounce. Now we're really close to the very lows of the BTC and ADA pair. So we should see some sort of consolidation for a while and then a road to recovery. So we're in the beginning of the end now. Solana price targets currently at $147.24. We are slightly up for the day, 0.57%. We're green at the moment. This is the monthly, so we've had a massive reversal. Solana is a great coin to buy at the moment because you can see the price action. What's to hate about Solana? Look at the price action. We had a massive V-shaped recovery. We consolidated for a while. Congratulations to anyone that bought at these lower ranges. I remember when the price was like $8, $9, $10. So congratulations to everyone that bought at these kind of levels. Right now is a good time to take profits, to be fair. If BTC goes to 100K, 140K, let's say hypothetically speaking, BTC goes to 100K or 120K, then my low estimate prediction for Solana is around $400 to $500. If BTC gets to 180 or 150 mark, then I can see Solana head to like 800, 900, possibly the 1000 area. AVAX price targets currently at $29, and we're right now up 1.29%. We formed a head and shoulders, but it looks like it might be a fake out. So we're going to see and test this neckline. Hopefully we form this neckline as a support and we hold above this trend line. Once we hold above this trend line, then I can and this is actually a fake out. And last but not least, I have some good news to end, and it's Layer 0. Layer 0 is breaking out. Have a look at Layer 0 and tell me what you guys think. Layer 0 has made the 3 white soldiers. 3 white soldiers is an indicator of an uptrend in trading. So we're going to see, and we're going to see if we're going to get to this wick. This wick is at $4.87. We had a massive pump while the rest of the market was very dormant. We had a pump of 63%. Oh, before I forget, mint layer. Now, mint layer is hopefully going to consolidate, and I want it to get to this area, my area right here. Ideally, I want it to get to this area, reclaim this area. If I look at the weekly, the good news is this. We have regained this area. We haven't closed under my area. So we've regained this area and we're holding it as support. So what I want to see is some more momentum. Hopefully the buyers are going to step back in and start accumulating. This might be the beginning of a trend change, but we've seen this before, so I'm not going to get carried away. We've seen bounces after dead cat bounces after dead cat bounces. What I want to see is I want to see a sustained buying pressure where the demand steps in. Where is the demand? Where is the demand for this coin? Is it at this area? Is it lower? We're going to find out. But me personally, I already think this is a fire sale. This is very cheap prices overall, technically, for mint layer. Thank you very much for watching, and make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment, all of that good stuff. I love you all. Appreciate everything, all the likes, all the watches, all the comments. I appreciate everything. And wherever you are, good morning, good evening, good night.